Voice acting. Acting through the power of your voice. Voice acting has been around since the days of old Mickey Mouse to the now of Pixar. From films to video games. Voice acting has now just been on the rise in recent years, but the question is, how can you be a voice actor? I talked to Gary Tezza, the voice of Channel 4, about my queries.
Yes, well, I started out in hospital radio and got used to using the microphone, which is really how I started.
That was Gary, everyone. But I also got the chance to talk to Mark Behagan, an actor and inspiring voice actor all the way from Jolly Good England.
So I'm still an actor. That's sort of first and foremost, really. That's my main work. And at the same time, a good friend of mine who's a voice coach said, why don't you look into voiceover as a sideline?
So, we have our guests, but we need to think about how hard it is to get into the voice acting world. Question is, what steps do we need to take to become a voice actor? I asked Gary, where he said we should start viewing ourselves as a business.
Well, it is tough, but I think if you view yourself as a business, it's a great way to start. And it also gives you that sort of sense of entrepreneurial spirit, really. But then you can do other things. You can work on your marketing, work on your performance, work on contacting people and trying to get them to book you. So always see yourself as a business, as just someone on their own selling their voices.
As Gary explained, viewing yourself as a business can help motivate you to create your brand and identity. But when it comes to voice acting, is there a difference between voice acting and voiceovers? Well, fire away, Mark.
I would say no, because there are voiceovers and there are voice actors. The voice actors are the ones that trained at drama school that will go on to do mostly character-driven work, and then there are voiceovers who come from all walks of life, really. And quite often, agents won't take on voiceovers.
Cheers, Mark. We now have the steps, but we now need to put it into practice. For example, we can do this through voice demos. There's so many different kinds out there. Hey Gary, care for a little demonstration?
You should really do demos for different genres and stick to those genres. And stick to the genre in terms of style and tone. So do something that's something more heavyweight, do something that's lightweight. If you can do character voices, great, do one of those, a little reel with that as well. And you may want to do a montage, so put your best material first. If you're going to do a montage of any kind, always hit them with your greatest hit first. That's kind of you've got to hook them in and keep them going.
Thanks, Gary. Acting is a good thing to have for voice acting. Because again, it is acting after all, but not essential. This makes me think, is there some difference between the two? What do you think, Mark?
What's different about voice acting, I think, and what's really interesting is, so it's not just about reading copy and reading the sentences on the page, but it's lifting them off and trying to make them connect with humans, basically. Accents, voice age, voice range, and that's always good to find out as well, where you sit and what you can sell.
There you have it. You now have the tools to become a voice actor. So go, now. What are you waiting for? Go. Your career isn't going to start with you sitting on your backside. Go. Show the world the power of your voice.